Okay, so this kind of sucks. So here's the story. This morning I went out early with the intention of shooting a video about the Canon 5D Mark I, the original Canon 5D, which I have here. So the day started off so well as well. I got up really early and there was really nice light this morning, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to go shoot a video. And I had this idea for a video that I've kind of been playing around with for a while. I got lots of comments when I did a recent Street Photo Diary series on the original Canon 5D. So I thought I'll make a video, like a kind of retro review of the camera, because it's actually kind of gained a cult status now, and lots of people are talking about buying them second hand. So I said to myself, there's a good idea for a video, let's go make that. And it was going really well too. I got some good footage, I had some good pieces to camera, and I kind of, like, I was speaking off the cuff, and I kind of made some good points, I think, myself. Here's a quick example of what I was going to be saying. Hi everybody, it's Thomas here from Thomas Fitzgerald Photography, and welcome to a lovely sunny day in Dublin City. Today I want to talk to you about this. It is the original Canon 5D Mark I. So I've had this camera for about 12 years. It was originally released in August 2005, and I think I got mine shortly thereafter, so it's going on 13 years. So while the 5D Classic is about 13 years old now, the image quality is still really good, especially for such a good camera. Now obviously you can't really compete with kind of modern image sensors, but for the price you're getting really good image quality. When I look back through my image library too, I realized that many of my all-time favorite images that I've taken over the years were all taken with the original 5D. Like I said, there's something about the image quality. It's not even quality per se, it's just the look of the images are actually really nice. As again, there's something very filmic about it that I kind of like. It should be noted though, the camera is far from perfect. There is a couple of kind of fairly major issues with it. The first is that it is a dust magnet. When this came out, this was, again, as I said, it was the first consumer full frame camera, and there was no noise reduction, dust reduction technology built into this. So it basically, because of the larger sensor and the fact that it's not weather sealed as far as I know, you get a lot of dust on the sensor, especially if you're not careful changing lenses. But it turns out there may be a bigger downside than that after all, you see, because things didn't exactly go according to plan. In the middle of shooting, something kind of weird happened. So basically, I had just changed the lens. I had the 100mm macro on, and then I changed it for this 17-40. Which incidentally, this is actually this is a pretty good lens for shooting street photography with, because you've got like lots of different focal lengths, including some of the most common ones. Like you've got 35mm and 40, which isn't, you know, some people prefer 50, but the 40 gives you slightly wider. But anyway, that's kind of all of a moot point at this point, because in the middle of shooting with this, the camera died. I mean, literally died. A chunk of it fell off, and that would be the mirror. In the middle of shooting, there was kind of a weird noise, and then the next thing, the viewfinder kind of half blacks out, and it stopped focusing. So I was like, uh-oh, that's never a good sign. So I turned the camera off, took the lens off, and so the mirror had detached completely, literally just fell right off. So if you are ever wondering what the mirror on a DSLR looks like, this is it. It's semi-transparent, so as you can see, if I turn around and see the back side of it, this is for the light to go through the autofocus sensor, I presume. And then these are what I presume are the adhesive pads that no longer work. Kind of puts a whole new spin on the whole idea of mirrorless, and one of the big advantages of mirrorless is, turns out, because your mirror can't fall off. Oh dear. So I guess this is now the mythical mirrorless Canon full frame camera. So sarcasm aside, I kind of do have to appreciate the irony of the situation. I was making a video about getting a Canon 5D Mark I secondhand, and how it was good value and it was a cheap way into the full frame world. And it turns out, cautionary tale. Somebody suggested online that you can stick super glue back onto this, but I'm not sure how that's supposed to work, because these are rubber pads, which I presume is to dampen the shutter slack. So I don't even know how this was stuck onto this, because there's no sign of any glue or anything on the inside of it. I'll do a search online and see if I can find any kind of self-repair tutorials for this, but I'm not really sure I will. So I did email the local Canon service provider here, and they emailed me back really quickly, which was in fairness to them. But they can't get the parts anymore, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get this repaired either. The thing is, it probably would have cost more than these cost secondhand now anyway. Again, kind of ironically defeat the purpose of the whole video I was making. So I've kind of done some research on this, and apparently this was a common problem with this camera, and there was actually a recall for it back in 2009 for certain models. I don't know if this was ever one of them or not. I never even heard of this before. Oh well, so that's that. This is the end of the life for my original Canon 5D. Got 13 years out of it. It's pretty good going. Again, I would like to get it repaired, but it doesn't look likely it's going to happen. But I will check out see if there's any kind of people who might do it. I do have a friend who repairs old cameras, but he mostly does film cameras, so I don't know. I'll have to have a look and see. But yeah, that's it. So that is the end of my Canon 5D. And it started off so well. I actually had a really good video in progress too, so it's like, Anyway, that's the story. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the next video will be a little more optimistic, and I do actually see the funny side of this, to be honest with you, because of the irony of the subject of what I was shooting, but oh well. So there you go, there is your Canon mirror, and here's your full frame Canon mirrorless camera. The rumors were true! Okay, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.